Bills are up 28-13. Patrick Mahomes needs to get something going. So who's he looking for? Hollywood Brown for 33 yards.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood sold that and got open down the sideline, and then he hits him. You know, Mahomes doesn't miss.
How about this play? 4th and 17, we're going for it. Basically, this is your ball game, and Rasheed Rice is out there.
Yeah, they use the often used tactic of not blocking the best pass rusher. Got him a bunch of time. Mahomes found him on 4th and 17.
They go for it again on a 4th down. We're early in the 4th quarter. They punch it in with Kareem Hunt. It's 28-19. They're going for the 2. It's Mahomes. It's his old reliable Travis Kelce. Oh, my goodness, it's a 7-point game. A night that felt like Buffalo was dominating the entire time the Chiefs are within a score. 4.5 minutes to go, 3rd and 10. It's Mahomes. This one, Coach, people will point out it's an interception, sort of played almost like a punt.
Yeah, absolutely. You're trying to give your player a chance here. That's why he throws it. I mean, look, it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Give him
it's a 50-yard pass. You turn it over. Matt Prater now has a chance to put it away with 26 seconds. Going off the upright. Sean McDermott can't believe it. Chiefs are going to get one more chance, at least at the finish here. Down 7, 11 seconds left. Mahomes, we're going to Hail Mary. D. Wood, look how close this comes. Tyquan Thornton is down there.
Yes, I mean, you talk about a game of inches. I mean, the ball is literally hits his hands right there, and luckily for Buffalo, they had 2 defenders.
And Hollywood Brown was right there for the tip in case there was one. So then Rex, on the final play, they bring 5.
I love how they brought the heat in this situation, brought 5 rushers down there. Puts more pressure on him, doesn't let him set up, and
even if caught, it's not going to be in the end zone. Bills hold on, and they win this round of the battle as they so often do in the regular season. 28-21, career day for both quarterbacks in different ways. Josh Allen, completion percentage, 88%, his best ever. Flip side, Mahomes, first time in his career under 50% completion in a game. And afterwards, Mahomes at the mic talking about where Kansas City stands right now.
We've had great moments. We've had bad moments. We got to be more consistent as a team. I got to be more consistent at quarterback. And we got to be able to battle. I mean, we've kind of been in a lot of these tight, close games in our history, but they're not going our way now.
All right, put your feet up. We've got a lot to say about this game because it spoke such volumes. D. Wood, you had an immediate reaction to what we saw right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought Joey Bosa and that plan to rush Patrick Mahomes was outstanding by the Buffalo Bills, because we know the one thing that Josh Allen, that Patrick Mahomes has done all season, he's killed teams with his legs. Mm-hmm. But you could just see, look at Joey Bosa, letting rushers rush up the field, okay? But the way they tied it all together, they didn't give him many rush lanes to really hurt that defense. And you saw it over and over and over again, whether it was Joey Bosa, other players along the defensive line. They were whipping the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, particularly their tackles, in this football game.
We've seen it. If you want Mahomes in that offense to look human, it's attack those tackles. And we thought that problem was solved, but there were injuries through the course of this game, and they dominated up front on offense and on defense. And the Bills' offensive line punish them. This is the end of the game. They're trying to put the game away. They hand it off to Cook. Look how far this O-line pushed this D-line. This is when you have to have a stop with less than 3 minutes left, and they're taking him and pushing him. That's a Hall of Famer right there. That's a Hall of Famer that they're pushing 6 yards back and closing this game out.
So, Rex, that's the point. So you got one side of the line of scrimmage. You got the other side of the line of scrimmage. This is where the game was decided. And I think all of us thought, we talked about this. Now, you picked them yesterday on Sunday NFL Countdown, Buffalo to win the game. But I think the general conventional wisdom coming in was the Bills are kind of on the ropes. New England is the team on the come-up. Kansas City has found its stride. What is the storyline today after Buffalo pummeled them on both sides of the line of scrimmage?
Well, look, this team was built to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And when I look at it, and we've talked about it before, D. Wood, Andy Reid's the only offensive line coach that doesn't like to run the ball. And to me, it's set up. Buffalo is outstanding in pass coverage and with the pass rush they got with Bosa and things. So it plays right into their hands. That's why I took them to win, because I know Kansas City's not going to run the football. Look, Buffalo can't stop a nosebleed when you run the ball. Kansas City doesn't do it. They're built for Kansas City this year.
The Chiefs will be getting back Josh Simmons, their left tackle. He's been out for a while. And when he comes back, and that's expected to be fairly soon, that will help stabilize the offensive line. That will be an advantage for the Chiefs moving forward. The other thing I say is Buffalo played a very impressive game, was strong up front, did everything that you should want to do to win a game, and you can't help but applaud them. But I would just say that's great. They won another regular season game
Right.
against the Chiefs. Let me know when they beat them in the postseason. Let me know when that happens.
Right.
Because it hasn't happened yet. Patrick Mahomes is 4-0 against the Buffalo Bills. And when it matters, the Chiefs get it done. And even yesterday, when Matt Prater missed that field goal, it was almost like, you can't put this team away.
Right.
They did. And they deserved to win the game. They were the better team yesterday. But again, I want to see that in the postseason before you get too excited.
Well, you know, it's funny because I think there's a perception here that Patrick Mahomes always outplays Josh Allen. Quite honestly, that is 100% wrong. Patrick, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs have never beat Josh Allen. They've beaten the Bills, but never Josh Allen. Josh Allen, they have basically identical stats. 75.2 passer rating for Josh Allen, 74.6 for Patrick Mahomes. And, I mean, it's
games against each other.
Yeah. It's like crazy. Like, this is such a matchup. It's an Ali Frazier. It's the greatest thing. You have to see it. But I'm telling you, the Bills in the offseason, they made it a point of we are going to build our team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
And the game script, and the game script in this particular game played into the Bills' hands. And the Chiefs,
How so?
Because they were able to run the ball the entire game. They never got their weaknesses tested. The Chiefs' weakness was tested. That offensive line was weak because of injuries. It was tested. The question we have about the Bills is not can they run the ball. It's are they going to be able to execute in the passing game if they're from behind? And we never really saw that. And in this particular game, it's also the Chiefs receivers should be able to take advantage of man coverage, and you know Mahomes is great against zone, but none of that mattered because there was a defender in Mahomes' lap the whole time. If they get healthy tackles back, we're looking at an entirely different game. This game does not tell me that the Bills are going to beat them in the playoffs. It shows me that the Bills are going to keep the game close because they're capable of it. But who really knows what's going to happen in the playoffs because we've seen what's happened.
They have to get by they, I mean Kansas City needs to get their offensive line back together. My overriding feeling as I was watching that game yesterday, D. Wood, was they're going to, and I don't mean to say this cavalierly on a day where we had a really serious quarterback injury, but they're going to get Patrick Mahomes hurt. He got hit so many times yesterday, so hard. They cannot allow that. And that's a Buffalo defense. I know they can rush the passer. That is not a dominant Buffalo defense by any means, and they beat the heck out of Patrick Mahomes yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching the game. Like, I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to even last the whole game.
That's what I was thinking,
You know,
too.
the way they decided to rush Patrick Mahomes, they just kept him squeezed inside the pocket, and those guys were just teeing off on him.
The other thing that's notable is that the Chiefs have had a habit in recent years of putting away teams in close games. If we go back to last year, I think they were 11-0 in close games.
Yes.
This year, in games decided by a touchdown,
One score.
they're 0-4.
Correct.
0-4. So they have been missing some sort of killer instinct this year, and maybe that'll come around and it'll show up later in the year as it did for them last year. But so far, it's
Chiefs Kingdom, listen up. The clock is ticking and the trade deadline slams shut tomorrow. Every contender is on edge, and Kansas City is right in the heart of the storm. The talk heating up around the league, the possibility of the Chiefs making a move for one of the most explosive young running backs in football, Jaylen Wright of the Miami Dolphins. This kid has that rare blend of speed, vision, and electricity that could completely redefine what the Chiefs' offense looks like heading into the final stretch of the season. Let's be real. The Chiefs have been missing that extra spark in the backfield. Isiah Pacheco has been a warrior, no question, but he's been banged up and carrying a massive load. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has stepped up, but the offense still needs that one back who can take a swing pass or outside zone and turn it into a 70-yard highlight reel. That's exactly who Jaylen Wright is. In Miami, he's been buried behind a crowded rotation with Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. But anyone who's watched this tape knows this guy is lightning waiting to strike. He ran a 4.36 in the 40. He hits the hole like he shot out of a cannon. Imagine pairing that speed with Mahomes' vision and Andy Reid's creativity. Think about what Andy Reid could do schematically with that kind of weapon. Andy Reid has always been at his best when he can move chess pieces all over the field, motioning, shifting, confusing defenses with speed and misdirection. Jaylen Wright fits that blueprint perfectly. He's not just a downhill runner. He's a versatile, modern weapon. You can motion him out wide, line him up in the slot, use him on jet sweeps, screen passes, and wheel routes. Picture this: Mahomes in shotgun, Kelsey lined up tight, Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown split wide, and Wright offset in the backfield. The defense doesn't know whether it's an RPO, a slant, a flare screen, or a deep shot. That's the kind of flexibility this team has been missing since the days of Kareem Hunt. And let's talk fit, because Kansas City isn't just looking for any running back. They're looking for someone who can bring back that home run threat. The Chiefs' offense has been methodical, efficient, but not always explosive this season. Adding Wright changes that instantly. His presence would force defenses to account for every inch of the field, keeping safeties honest and freeing up space for Kelsey and Rice underneath. It's the kind of move that doesn't just help in November, it pays dividends in January. When the playoffs hit and every drive matters, having a weapon who can break a game open in one snap could be the difference between a playoff exit and another Super Bowl run. There's also the financial and strategic side. Wright is on a rookie deal, which means Kansas City could add him without any major salary cap hit. That's a massive advantage for Brett Veach. You get a young, cheap, dynamic weapon with upside for years, not just a short-term rental. And Veach has shown time and again that he knows when to strike. Remember when everyone said the Chiefs were quiet before the 2022 deadline, and then he pulled the Kadarius Toney move out of nowhere? Same playbook here. Veach waits until the last possible moment, and then he pounces. Sources across the league, ESPN's Dan Graciano and NFL Network's Ian Rappaport among them, have confirmed that Kansas City is in the running back market. And with the deadline literally hours away, all eyes are on Arrowhead to see if this is the moment they make their move. The Dolphins are reportedly open to listening to offers, and with Wright sitting behind two established stars, he's one of the most logical trade pieces on their roster. For the Chiefs, this isn't about desperation, it's about opportunity. When you're chasing your fourth Super Bowl in 6 years, you don't wait for luck, you create it. Imagine Jaylen Wright in red and gold, breaking tackles, flying downfield, Arrowhead roaring in unison as Mahomes points downfield, leading the charge. That's not just a fantasy, that's a vision that could become reality if Veach pulls the trigger before that deadline clock hits 0. The Chiefs are 6-2, the AFC is stacked, and the margin for error is razor thin. Every contender, from Buffalo to Baltimore to Miami, is making moves. You know what time it is in Kansas City? It's Veach season. It's go time. So Chiefs Kingdom, what do you think? Is Jaylen Wright the missing spark this offense needs? Do you want to see Andy Reid unleash that kind of speed in this system? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Should Kansas City go all in before the clock runs out tomorrow? Make sure to hit that like button, share this video with every diehard Chiefs fan you know, and subscribe to Chiefs Kingdom Report for all the latest updates as we count down to the trade deadline. The window for another Lombardi is open, and the next 24 hours could define whether Kansas City walks through it once again.